Biscochito y Café con Leche Launch of 2015 is really the product, but that product is the vehicle to create the necessary energy needed for a cultural leadership movement that is designed to empower all high-risk youth and communities during these crazy times in history. This movement is based around the Buenas Familias cultural model. It is one of the programs out of the Sonar Silkscreen Studio and classroom. And this model is designed to work with students with an IEP, which is an individual education plan, specifically enrichment classrooms, because enrichment classrooms in the state of New Mexico do not have the pressures of scripted curriculum. And so I have been able, I am Adrian Villaromero, to do a test run at the El Dorado Community School in the enrichment classrooms in 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th and 8th grade under the leadership of Wendy Dove, Brian Disseldorf, and Rosemary Ginkgo. Those are the enrichment teachers at El Dorado Community School. So when we're looking at what influences kids, we look at external influences. All of these are the influences that can impact a student's development. When we're looking at internal influences, these are also going to impact a student's development, and these are based upon Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is also applicable to consumer behavior, marketing techniques, and philosophies. So this would influence the sample population, or I believe it will. We will see.
Empanaditas, tacos con salsa fresca, and biscochitos, made by the dozens in my childhood. These are the moments we all miss. A hot cup of coffee with a nice opportunity to dip the biscochito in the café con leche. You can have all of that in our new Biscochito Cafe for the holidays by Starbucks. Take time to enjoy life and your family. Make your holidays be merry with a nice cup of Starbucks Biscochito Cafe, a reflection of the Southwest culture and a taste of timelessness.
So with the situation analysis, let's look at cost versus benefits. Okay, Starbucks is the largest coffee house company in the world. It has an incredible strength as far as being able to eventually take over the Latino markets. So what I did is I looked at the values of Sonar Civic Leadership programs, Warehouse 21, which is the Santa Fe Teen Arts Center, the Rail Yard District, and Starbucks. Starbucks recently moved into the Rail Yard District. The Rail Yard District is a globally recognized arts and cultural center. Warehouse 21 was one of the original members of the Rail Yard Community Corporation. And I was on the advisory council with the Trust for Public Lands, and we gained the 13-acre easement to eventually turn the Rail Yard District into a self-sustaining district that's only accountable to the city of Santa Fe if we run in the red. We haven't reached that position yet, but that was the original motivation for many of us during the original movement of the Rail Yard District. So these are the target markets, the Latino markets. But all of these markets have youth, and that is my market, high-risk youth. All youth at this point, in my opinion, are high-risk youth. The challenges they face, both internally and externally, are far beyond anything I would have imagined when I was a teenager. We're looking at all different types of high-risk youth subcultures, hip-hop, metal, skateboarding. But we're also looking at empowered high-risk youth markets, visual arts. That would include visual artists, performing artists, the subcultures can be divided up in many different structures. And so these subcultures, these youth subcultures, are applicable to any family-based culture, any indigenous community, and would be easily applicable throughout the South Central Division of Starbucks. And so we're also looking at how to build alliances and partnerships with people concerned with the earth, people who value the arts, and providing society with arts. My personal focus is going to get the attention of Intuit, because I believe that how I can truly empower these kids that I care about directly is by giving them financial literacy skills, and a software that would be designed by Intuit for this high-risk youth market that would be free to identified high-risk youth could easily be downloaded on their phones, and we can start teaching them through their cell phones how to be empowered. So the product and the marketing mix. We're looking at tribal subcultures and how to do a social media campaign. For the indigenous markets, IFAM, which held its first annual market in 2014, is the Indigenous Fine Arts Market. It's not in competition, but it's a spin-off of the Indian market, the established Indian market held at the plaza. And we also have Dia de los Muertos, which is an annual ritual and celebration in the rail yard. And we have also winter solstice celebrations. And through all of these events and the ability to use social media, we would be able to promote all of our organizations. Sonar, Warehouse 21, the Rail Yard, IFAM, all with the help of Starbucks, and Starbucks logo would be on all types of promotions. The only thing that Warehouse 21 needs, what I need to help secure Warehouse 21's 80-year lease with the support of many, many people on my team, is we need staff. We need operations money. We have the computers. We have the location. We have everything. We just need, hopefully for 1 year or 2 years, $75,000, just so that we could have 3 people working on the social media campaign aggressively and also consistently. So the way we're going to all achieve these growing markets, or growing growth rates for corporations, or growth rates for statistics tied to the lease, tied to the rail yard, tied to the city of Santa Fe, and also tied to Albuquerque, and tied to the region, and tied to the nation, and tied to the world, is by building partnerships and alliances that have mission statements that inspire people and empower neighborhoods. We will be using the Starbucks words as a vehicle to align these mission statements. The goal is to empower individual and cultural identity, specifically building empowered youth identity is what is really needed at this point, through sound advice, sound organizational structures, sound policy reform, sound. That is why it's called Sonar, sound. And also through sound we can teach math, we can teach community development. And so we are focused on providing these high-risk youth with a sound foundation. One of the main concerns out of the rail yard and the rail yard park and the stewards of the rail yard is policy reform to protect our Mother Earth. By Starbucks becoming an active member in the rail yard, they also will be tied to global movements. Lima is in South America, and the World Climate Summit of this year was hosted in Lima, Peru. Starbucks will have a competitive advantage because it will be recognized as a corporate leader in supporting job growth in the humanitarian-based industries in local neighborhoods. this is going to change the way maybe corporations play their game more and more. We're going to up the ante. And so this will also empower future generations locally to globally. And so when we look at all of this, we have a culturally relevant coffee product, Biscochitos y Café con Leche, that will be used to build community. This pioneering, innovative, cultural-based marketing practice will help everyone grow, and this way we can raise healthy children, healthy corporations, and healthy communities together. Thank you.